It's currently Pride Month, which means it's time for my yearly LGBTQIA plus cozy game recommendation list. For those who don't know, I have been on a quest to make a master list of all of the queer cozy games that I can find. There are still so many that I have to try, but I am trying my bestest and darndest. I think I'm actually gonna make a PDF of all the games that I've talked about on my channel so that if you ever feel like finding a queer game, you're able to just look at the list and find one. I can't wait to get into today's list though, because every year we get more and more games that are more inclusive, which makes me really happy to see. At this rate, my list is gonna be never ending, which I'm so happy about. Without further ado, let's get into my list. First on my list, I need to talk about Fields of Mistria. I feel like I am so late to the hype, but I am finally here. This is a cozy farming sim where you're rebuilding your life in the town of Mistria. This is an idyllic village tucked between forest and sea. Your task is to rebuild the town to its former glory. As you go around the town, you get to learn more about its history and hidden magic, as well as learning about the people in town. And most importantly, you get to romance anyone you would like, regardless of their gender. And I will say everyone in this game is an absolute hottie. This game is very Stardew Valley-esque, but I have the unpopular opinion that this game might be better than Stardew Valley in a lot of ways. I feel like it's a much more friendly starter point for people who are getting into farming sims and cozy gaming because it has a better map. You have to use your memory less. You of course have a lot of tasks to make the town better, but these tasks are not time constrictive, so you can really get around to it whenever you want, which I think makes the gameplay a lot more stress-free. Another thing that I like about this game is the aesthetic. It is of course a beautiful pixel art game, but especially love how they have leaned into this pastel, stunning colorway. Character designs are beautiful and they really feel Sailor Moon inspired, which it's such a nostalgic and cute aesthetic. Honestly, it's kind of crazy because this game is in early access and it's so fleshed out already. I definitely recommend to try it. I don't even know how they're gonna make it even better when it's time for the full release. Honestly, it's already so good. If you're a big fan of farming sims, I feel like this one is a good example of a very good fleshed out farming sim that is not just a carbon copy of all the farming sims that we've already known. It really stands out. It's so beautiful. It's so engaging. I recommend it. Next game I want to talk about, I actually can't believe I haven't mentioned in a video about LGBTQIA games before, and that is Lay. This game is basically a Hallmark movie made into a video game. You play as a woman who is working herself to the ground in the city, going back to her small hometown in order to cover for her dad at his mail delivery job. As she goes back to her town, she starts questioning her life decisions and pondering about what she wants to do for the rest of her life. Does she want to go back to the city and continue working herself to the ground, go back home and live a slow life, or who knows, maybe something else entirely. This game is so simple but so charming. It's basically a mail delivery sim with a rich story. You get to interact with the characters, get to know them better. You get to see her as she reconnects with all friends and family, and it's just a really lovely story. You have two characters that you can choose from as a prospective romantic partner. If you have played this game, please let me know which one you chose because I will be judging you. I love this game. There's also a DLC which is a prequel where you can play as her dad. It's a really cute holiday themed game which is not queer, but I still think it's really cute. Next game on my list is Calico. It's such a silly game. I honestly had the time of my life playing it. This is a day in the life community sim game where you are given the important task of reopening the town's cat cafe. You are learning new recipes, commuting with the animals of the town, and also getting to know the people as well. What I like about this game, it is very femme. It's just a town full of feminine people, and they have relationships between each other, and you get to kind of interact with them, get to know who's with who and who you want to be friends with. It's also just so pretty with a huge emphasis again on cutesy pastel colors. You get to decorate your shop. There's quite a lot of freedom in the decorating aspect, which I find really exciting. You also get to change your outfit and customize yourself. It's basically an open world game, which I think is really fun. You really get to just go out and explore, and there are so many animals that you get to meet and interact with in different ways. You get to make them your friends, bring them home, gigantify them, ride them around town. It's honestly such a fun game. It almost feels like a sandboxy game, even though it has a pretty clear through line and story. As someone who likes exploring and being really silly in video games, I really loved experiencing this game. There is a really fun cooking mechanic in this game. It's kind of like a mini game where you're made into a tiny character and you're trying to find the ingredients and drop them in the pot in the right order and in the right way. For some people that mechanic feels a little bit stressful, but I found it extremely fun. They also recently released a DLC, the Neat Things DLC, which is basically like a scavenger hunt in the game. I really couldn't recommend it enough, and it is oozing with queer energy. Following on my list is a game that I feel it's so fun, and especially for my Tumblr era girlies out there. It's called Sensei, I Like You So Much. In this game, you are basically able to create your own OTP. You're able to design both of the characters regardless of gender. Basically like a fangirl simulator, but you get to customize pretty much everything about it. You play the game as a fanfic author, you create fanfic of all genres, release your fanzine, join Comic Cons, gather followers, and become a legend. As you're building up your own story, you're also able to collect different things for your room for your OTP, toys and stickers and stuff like that. You can really make it as queer as you like, and I feel like a lot of us LGBTQIA plus people started exploring our identity on Tumblr by projecting our feelings onto our OTPs on TV shows and making weird pairings and reading fanfiction and all of that. So this game is just so much fun. I really recommend it. Next on my list, I have to talk about Coffee Talk. So many people love this game, and for good reason. This is a coffee brewing and heart-to-heart talking simulator about listening to fantasy-inspired modern people's problems and helping them by serving them a warm drink. There's also Coffee Talk 2, which I think is a little bit more broad in the way that you're able to make the drinks, which is really fun. This is a really nice cozy game for those who really enjoy story-based games, because you really get to listen to a lot of different perspectives and different stories. There's a lot of queer stories. I also really enjoy the aesthetic of this game. I feel like it's a really nice take on an alternative Seattle, in which instead of just regular people, you have elves and orcs and mermaids and many other fantasy creatures. The music of this game is wonderful. It's this very jazzy lo-fi, which really adds to the ambience of this really sweet, heartfelt game. I find that a lot of people, when they talk about this game, they talk about how grounding it is, especially during this Pride Month where things are kind of crazy in the world. This is a really good one to try. Next, of course, I need to talk about a dating sim. And this one is called Later Daters. Who said all people can get it on, is what I'm saying. This is a retirement paradise where you date as an octogenarian and find somebody to love, or just get your kicks in while it's getting good. First of all, I feel like it's such a cute and unique take on a dating sim. It's really funny to see all of these elder hot people that you get to talk to, and of course you can date anybody you would like. You also get to customize your look, your name, your romance history, and your gender. You have some intimate adventures that deal with mortality, vulnerability, and getting some action. You can also have poly relationships, with it I think is really cool and not something that we get to see in dating sims very often. One thing that I especially love about this game is that you can also pick a pet companion. You can pick a cat, a dog, a robot. It's really up to you. You know how there's like cottagecore, there's fantasy core, there's all of these cores. I think for me, my favorite core has to be grandma core. That's kind of what I want to channel into my life, and I feel like I can leave that through this game. And last but not least, I am going to talk about a game that is for my dungeon crawler besties. I know that not a lot of cozy gamers like dungeon crawlers, but I have a lot of friends who are cozy gamers who do, so I decided to include this game for you guys. And that game is called Boyfriend Dungeon. And yes, you heard me right. In this game, you're staying rent-free at your cousin's apartment. Your cousin is very jet set and trying to find you a partner as you've never been on a date before. To get some confidence and meet people, plus earn a little cash, you're tasked with clearing the creatures in the dungeon. Soon, you discover that the weapons you find turn into cuties who happen to be available, and so are you. So what are you to do? I really love that this game calls them babe blades, just like top-notch use of the words. After a while, you discover that someone's abducting weapons and leaving them damaged in the dungeon. Will you find love or friendship at least? I feel like this is such a fun and different take on a dungeon crawler. I really love the dating sim aspect of it, and I feel like that's enough to make it a little bit cozier than your regular dungeon crawler as well. And those are all the games that I have for you today. If you like LGBTQIA representation in cozy games, that's one of my favorite things to talk about on my channel, so you can watch those videos here. If I have missed any games, let me know in the comments. I am always open to learn more about these styles of games. Write down all of your recommendations. If you like this video, remember to like it and subscribe. It helps my channel so much. But most importantly, remember to take care of yourself, have some rest, have some water. Happy Pride, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.